What large cents do coin dealers look for? What do they buy? And how much do they pay for them? Also, how do you know the grade and the condition and if your large cent's been cleaned or not? Well, we're going to cover that in this video. Very important video, very interesting. I'm going to show you several large cents that we have in stock in various conditions, various dates, and the different types. So let's get started. So there's not a coin dealer out there that wouldn't buy, even if it's a no date, one of these 1793 large cents. We're looking at a coin that is going to be around $1,000 and up without a date on it, and probably $2,000 and up for no matter what condition. You have the chain reverse and you have the wreath reverse, and obviously the chain reverse is worth the most. This is a dream coin. This is a coin that there's a lot of varieties, but it's the first large cent. I would love to own one. I've looked at it. I've thought about just buying one just to have. They're really nice, but they're very expensive. You can't really go wrong. You also have the Liberty cap. That's another thing to look for. We'll open that one up here as well. I have owned these. This is what the Liberty cap looks like here. So any of these are desirable. You have one of these, and if it's authentic, because remember, there's a lot of fakes out there too. Coin dealers are going to want these. They will buy these. Then you have the Draped bust. I'm going to take a look at what I have here. A lot of these are no dates or missing part of the dates. This one here is a little scratch. It's an 1803. As you can see, this is the Draped bust. Can't see a lot of the details, but that's typical. The planchets for these were very poor. Copper is the most reactive metal, alloy, let's put it that way, that the U.S. Mint used. So these coins will have pitting, poor strikes, corrosion. Of course, pitting is caused by corrosion. And they'll be worn because they've been around for a long time. Copper is kind of soft. But when you see one of these in all its glory, uncirculated, they're beautiful coins. Beautiful design. Draped bust is one of my favorite coin designs. Don't talk about large cents much because a lot of people just don't seem to collect them because they cost so much money. But you can buy anything after 1793. You can find for a decent price. Nothing wrong with having a type set of all the different types of large cents. I think that they're an underrated and kind of ignored series, at least denomination, I should say, large cents. So looking at the values, there's just not any of them that a dealer wouldn't buy because they're all worth something. I mean, you're looking at down to about 120, 100 bucks and up. A lot of these most dealers will pay 30 or 40 bucks a piece for them, even in, as long as you can tell what the date is, they'll pay at least that much for them. And up, depending. Because you can see there's a lot of dates here. There's a lot of varieties. 1799 is the key date, $6,500 in G4. You find a 99, it's authentic. There's a lot of fakes though, but if you find one that's authentic, it's worth a lot of money. That's the one you want to look for, the 1799. Then you also have the 1803, but there's only 75 known. It's a large date, small fraction, so it's very important to know the different varieties for these. Is also the 1804 is another one. The 1807, 06, small 7, only 100 known. It's got some really, really rare ones here, even a 1804 private restrike. Then we move on to the classic head, and I do have a classic head I can show you here. It's not in the best condition, but we'll take a look at it. This one here happens to be an 1809, and it does have some corrosion on it, and 1809 is a better date. It's worth at least a couple $100. Tell the whole date's on there, but you can see the pitting and the corrosion. That's just so common to find large cents in this condition. Just how it is when it comes to this bronze. How it, you can see some scraped lines on it. People cleaned them. They did all kinds of things to try to make them look nice. So looking at the classic heads, you can see most of these are worth at least $100 and up. The 1809 is one of the key dates. 11 over O is another one. 1811, a little better dates there you can see. So I do have one of the key dates of the series. But when you can look at the values, if you could get them uncirculated, man, if you could just find one. If it's got to be problem-free, that's the thing. People like the problem-free examples. Otherwise, you can lose up to 50% of the value of a coin with it being cleaned and pitted. Then you have the Coronet head, and we've got a few of those. What's important about the Coronet head? When you're looking at the 1839s, you got the head of 38, you have the silly head and the booby head. Now, they have different values. So they have the nickname heads. And boy, those are nice ones right there. Those examples they use, those are beautiful coins. You just don't see them in that condition. But when you look at the Coronet head, they end in 39, and they start back here in 1816. So let's take a look at a few of them that I have. So I have a 1819, and like I said, it's got scratches on it, just a problem coin all around. There's a lot of varieties in these. It's 1822, got a 1828, 1831. As you can see, there's just the pitting, the verdigris, whatever you say it. A lot of people can use verticare to remove it. Some people use like soda and soda ash with a mixture, small amount mixed in water. A lot of water, actually distilled water. 1832 might help remove it. 37 and a 38. So there's a 39. As you can see, this one might pass for problem free. It does have some verdigris there in the Liberty. And on the reverse a little, it's got a little bit of an issue there. So it's still going to be a problem-free coin, but it's still kind of nice. But it's definitely better than one like this. A lot of them were found in the ground. As you can see, I've got some old ones here. I've heard some people say, of course, they wore it as a necklace, but I've also heard people say that they had kids, like children, teething. They could teeth on them. I don't know if that's true or not. I've never found a source for that, but I've got a lot of old ones here that they're pretty damaged and look like they've got marks in them from something. I'm not saying they were teethers, but who knows back in the day what people did. But they definitely probably were worn around someone's neck, obviously. I don't know why they put a hole in the middle. Some people like to experiment and play with coins. So looking at the Coronet, a lot of people call it that, but it's also the matron head too as well. You can see the different dates. A lot of these are going to sell for $5 and $10 and up. It depends on the date. You do have some key dates and semi-key dates, but most of them are just like this. The 25 is one of them. A lot of them are going to increase and find 12 because most of them are in low grade. You've got the 1823 or 25 over 2. That's another one. You got some private restrike in 23. You have some over dates and things like that to look for. But really, they're affordable. You got the large 8, large stars, medium letters, $4.75. So it's good to know the varieties, like I said. And then the 1839 over 6, you want to look for that, $500. Also, you don't see very many of them graded red unless they're really high grades. It's hard to find them in that condition. Most of them are brown, like the ones I was showing you. Then you have the braided hair, and they started in 39, and you got the type of 40 all the way down to 57, and 57 is semi-key date. And as you can see, these will sell for $5 and $10. Dealers will pay. Sometimes they'll pay $5, sell them for $10, $15, $20. But as the condition, you got problem free, they'll sell for more. They'll sell for $50 and $60 and even more, several $100 if they're nice enough. But it's good to go through a price guide, and you can click on the plus sign like on all these, and you can see the different varieties. N8, N stands for Newcomb. Newcomb wrote a book on it. I've got the book. It's really, man, I'll tell you what, it's very complicated. Looking at the date positions and different varieties. Some of them have die marriages that are worth a lot of money. It's very important to know. Die marriages are just different dies that were used. They change out the reverse die if it would go bad, or the obverse die start wearing out, and you have the reverse, and they identified those by the actual positioning or a change in the design or something like that, or maybe a die crack or a cut or something like that. That's how you know the die marriages, and some of them are extremely rare, and people really specialize in some of these. They'll get on eBay, and I've seen it before. I had a one that I put up on site, and man, they bid on that thing. And I messaged the guy, the high bidder, said, "Why are you guys bidding?" He said, "Man, it's a rare die marriage." And I'm like, "Really?" Something I didn't know. And this is way back when I first started on eBay. So here's a few of the braided hairs, an 1840, very damaged, and it was also plated. And here's an 1843 that has the damage on it. Like I said, you're just going to see a lot of them with damage, just the way it is. And it's hard to get, but a couple dollars out of some of these. Who's going to buy them? We put them in scratch and dent lots possibly. Here's a 49. It's not too bad condition there. So that's not too bad. Another 49, not rough condition. 51, decent condition. Except for the reverse. Some of these, like I said, were found on the ground. This is the 51's kind of nice. It's not bad. Call that problem free. Like I said, though, as you go through these, hard to find a real good condition coin. Now, there's more braided hairs out there that are in problem-free condition. The further you go back, the less that's true. And also, certain dates are just more rare than others because they survived in lesser, or at least not in the higher grades. This one here's an example of being retoned. Nice coin here. It's another nice one. Looks problem-free. Even on the back a little bit there. The 55, you got different varieties for that. Slanted. And 56. So there you have it. Pretty much any dealer will buy a large cent. It depends on the condition. The earlier, the better. Some that are just worth a lot of money. Most of them are not. You can pretty much buy these at coin shows. I've seen one at the Sharonville show. You can buy all you want for 10 to 15 bucks. He has a slew of them. The only thing is he's got them all together and they're just banged up, and they've been banged up after show after show after show. So, pretty much just banged up coins there. But you can see a large selection, and if you just need to fill a typeset or just wanted to collect the different types as far as the different designs, then nothing wrong with having a large cent typeset. So thanks for watching my latest video. Please like, share, and comment, and have a great day.